Chelsea fans! After that frustrating 0-0 draw against Everton this Sunday just gone, we now move on to the next Premier League opponent. Chelsea host Fulham Boxing Day with a 3 PM kickoff at Stamford Bridge, and we need to bounce back. Now, while everyone is enjoying Christmas and the festive break, unfortunately the Chelsea boys will be training and preparing for the Fulham game. So let's hope that Enzo Maresca and the boys can deliver a late Christmas present. So in this video, I'm asking one question: can Enzo Maresca bounce back with a win for Chelsea versus Fulham? Not only that, I will be covering the latest Chelsea news and predicting the Chelsea starting 11. Did you know that 90% of the people watching this video right now are currently not subscribed to the channel? So make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you're a Chelsea fan who enjoys Chelsea content. Make sure you join the community, and let's get into the video. So let's start with the latest Chelsea news. Chelsea's 04-05 record of 15 goals conceded in the Premier League is officially safe for another season. Chelsea want to sign Dario Usugo on loan at Las Palmas from Sporting. The plan is to loan him to Strasbourg next season and bring Andre Santos back the other way. Sun Sport have reported that Chelsea have received no offers for their out-of-favour left-back Ben Chilwell, who has played just once this season in the Carabao Cup. He earns 200 grand a week and his contract runs until 2027. Chelsea FC interviewed Robert Sanchez after his man of the match performance against Everton, in which he said, "We got 1 point and we're happy with the performance. Everybody fought to win the game and we need to concentrate on the next one and go get 3 points." Fabrizio Romano has reported that Chelsea will pay £25 million to Manchester United for Sancho. This is the final fee, which now looks guaranteed. Chelsea believe he's worth way more than this and are very happy with his training and attitude. And lastly, ESPN interviewed Enzo Fernandez about his time at Chelsea, in which he said, "First, I didn't feel very well physically. I didn't have a good pre-season because of the Copa America, my vacation, and after 2 weeks we started playing. Maresca explained the position to me every day and I learned to took on concepts, reading the game more every day. I thank my teammates and the coach who trusted me." Now, when it comes to Chelsea's 04-05 record of only conceding 15 goals in an entire Premier League season, it still blows my mind because I genuinely wonder how long Chelsea will hold that record for. And I still can't believe it's only going to cost Chelsea £25 million to sign Jadon Sancho at the end of the season, because he has been incredible in a Chelsea shirt and under Enzo Maresca. He is a player reborn and we have got an absolute bargain. When it comes to what Robert Sanchez said in his interview after the Everton game, I totally agree. The players are really fighting for all the results in every single game and we just have to focus on the next game and securing the next 3 points. And what a breath of fresh air it really is to see Enzo Fernandez playing his best football in a Chelsea shirt. It's been a very turbulent start to his Chelsea career in the last few seasons, but now we're seeing what value he can bring to the team, and he's playing some outstanding football right now. And when it comes to Ben Chilwell, I do feel sorry for the guy. He has fallen out of favour. Chelsea are looking to offload him, but it's going to be very difficult to find a club who's willing to pay that amount of wages of 200 grand a week and buy out his current contract, which currently runs out in 2027. But that's all the current Chelsea news. Let's get into predicting the Chelsea starting 11.
So when it comes to the game against Fulham, I feel like Enzo Maresca has settled in with this 4-2-3-1 system. It's going to be interesting to see if there's a lot of rotation, because we've had games back-to-back and there's no Conference League until March. So I still think Sanchez is going to be in goal. He had an incredible game, a man of the match performance against Everton. And to be fair to him, as much as I always slate him for, not being, making a lot of mistakes, not being an incredible goalkeeper as we are kind of expected to have at Chelsea in the last couple of seasons where we've had him, haven't been great. He puts in man of the match performances. We know he's a great shot stopper. It's more about being consistent with his performances, having a distribution to be spot on. And sometimes that's where the silly mistakes are. So let's just hope, because these games are back to back, essentially, with only a couple of days rest, that he can replicate that performance at home to Fulham. So we'll go with Sanchez in goal. We know Enzo Maresca likes him. Moving on to the left back is a player we are completely missed against Everton, and a player that we just now know when he's not in the team, Chelsea play a different way, and that is Marc Cucurella. What a player. One of the best left backs in the league, probably in world football right now in current form. He is fantastic, and we miss him massively when he's not playing. That is a given. We can see that. We still play okay. Obviously, we still kept a clean sheet and we defended well, but what he offers in terms of how he operates within the system was massively missed against Everton, and I think we're going to instantly see that against Fulham and be like, right, okay, cool. We're cooking now. When it comes to the centre-backs, again, Fofana, Badiashile having knocks, maybe not ready. Fofana definitely isn't. So I feel like it will be the same back two. Actually, no, I feel like it will be Colwell and Tosin. That's who I'm going to go with. I know Desati played, but maybe the reason. I know Tosin played and Disasi was going in at right back, but I've got a feeling we're going to have Colwell, Tosin as then centre back pairing. And then I'm hoping, because Cucurella is back, we can have Malo Gusto at right back, because I've said this in previous videos before, and I'll say it again. I'm just not a fan of having a right back, a natural right back at left back. It just doesn't sit right with me. I just don't understand why he does that. Again, I'm not questioning Maresca. It's his team, his philosophy, his system, and he sees his players day in, day out within training. I get that. But for me, I don't know. I just feel like if he's a natural right back and we had the likes of Vega, play Vega as that left back. You know, he can play as a 6, he can play as a left back, he can play in that back 3 when we've inverted. But yeah, he just wasn't utilised that way. We played Gusto left back and Disasi right back to then be in that back 3. So if Cucurella's back, I feel like we might also see Gusto on the right. Could be wrong. We could also see Disasi on the right and we can invert from the left with Cucurella. But I feel a lot more confident doing it that way because Cucurella is such a natural left back, and the way he is in and around the system and the way he floats about and gets into the positions of 10s and doubles up on the left hand side when we're attacking, he's very good defensively out wide and even in that back 3 on the left hand side, because it's natural to him. It's just miles different to when we've got Malo Gusto playing in that left back role. I rate Gusto. I think he's a fantastic defender, but I just prefer him on the right hand side, for being honest. But when it comes into the double 6 positions, I feel like we have this sold now. It's Caicedo and Enzo. It has to be fantastic partnership. Enzo Fernandez is just in one of the best forms he's been in a long time. And it's so good to see. He recently, as I mentioned in the video, recently had that interview with ESPN about how he was struggling. Didn't have a very good, like physically, didn't have a very good pre-season. We started the season very quickly within that period, and it just took him a while to kind of get going. And Maresca, worked with him man to man and was like, right, this is how I want you to play this role, and this is the system. And now we're reaping the benefits, which is great, because this is when the games come thick and fast. And we're seeing what Enzo Fernandez can really offer, which is amazing. Now, a lot of people say like, oh, Caicedo might be playing right back and inverting, and we can have Lavia and Enzo in the midfield, so then you can play all 3. I really like that when Enzo Maresca does it, because it works very well. Caicedo does very well playing a right back and inverting. It's very natural at doing so. I just feel like I don't think Enzo is going to rush back any of the players that are currently like on the fringes of being back from injury. So even though Lavia is fit enough to go, is he fit enough to do his full role? Because even when he was like fully fit, he'd still only do 45 minutes for us. So I don't know, we could potentially see Romeo Lavia and have those 3 playing at the same time. But I feel like with the games coming thick and fast, Enzo might bring him on later in the game. But I don't think he will start this game personally. Now moving on to the left wing, do we continue with Jadon Sancho? Do we put Pedro Neto on the left? Do we actually play João Felix on the left and give him some extra minutes? This is going to be a tough one. I feel like if Felix played, it'll be a full circle moment, because he made his debut against Fulham at Craven Cottage, the reverse fixture, when he first came to us on loan. And it would kind of be a full circle moment if he starts against Fulham at the Bridge as a Chelsea player officially. I don't know when it comes to left wing. I would like to stick with Sancho on the left. I've got a funny feeling that we might see Pedro Neto. The only thing that says to me that we won't is Pedro Neto doesn't play games back to back, right? So I'm going to go with Pedro Neto on the left. I really like Neto. I think he's a great player, and it's again, he's one of those players we picked up where it's about, if we can keep him fit, he's going to be unbelievable. Maresca's done very well to manage all of his minutes and keep him as fit as possible. So he's like, he doesn't play multiple games back to back. He might make sub appearances in both, but not full 90s for either. We could see João Felix, because obviously it's a limited amount of minutes and we've got no Conference League games for a long time. And it would be nice to see him coming in off the left. I'm not a massive fan of that, but I do want to see Felix get more minutes. I think he's deserving of minutes, and he's not going to be getting it over Cole Palmer like for like. So it's a difficult one. But I'm going to go Pedro Neto on the left wing. We're going to go Cole Palmer as at 10, I think is a standard. I think the other reason he doesn't play is if he's injured or picked up a knock, or it's a cup competition. That's pretty much it. He has to start on that 10. Had a bit of a quiet game against Everton in terms of what we expect from him. First half, he was a little bit quiet, came to life in the second half, and he was heavily involved. We just couldn't unlock the door for Everton and make that clear-cut chance. We had a couple that Jackson didn't put away, fair enough, but throughout the game when Palmer was on the ball, he was on the ball enough, he was involved enough that he'd run into players or misplaced passes, which, you know, he's only human. It is going to happen. So let's hope that when we play Fulham, we can just turn it on and just get the 3 points, man, because it'd be really, really good for Enzo Maresca and the team to bounce back from that game against Everton. On the right wing, I've gone with Noni Madueke, and that's purely because, like I said in previous videos, Enzo Maresca loves Noni Madueke. He loves him. And I feel like Sancho might be given a rest on that left-hand side to accommodate Neto, and then you have Noni Madueke on the right-hand side. I feel like that works, and I feel like a game against Fulham, Madueke could express himself a bit more. Again, could be horribly wrong. We could see Pedro Neto on the right. We could see Felix or Sancho on the left. Or we could see Sancho on the left, Madueke on the right, and Neto gets dropped. But this is just kind of what I'm feeling right now with the games back-to-back, thick and fast. And when it comes to the number 9, I think it's obviously going to be Nicholas Jackson. Again, a lot of people getting on his back about the game against Everton. I feel like, yes, finishing is his weakness, and it has been for a while. We're aware of this, but he's improved massively this season with his finishing. He's not a robot. He's not perfect. Yes, it's frustrating he didn't take those chances because he should have been. But when you look at his performances across this season specifically, he's playing phenomenal. He's a transformed player. I keep saying this. And I still think he's Chelsea's number 9. I feel over Nkunku, as much as I love Nkunku, I rate him so highly. He's a fantastic player. I don't think he's an out-and-out 9. And you can see when you're watching when Nkunku plays, the front 4 dynamic changes massively because he's naturally more of a 10. Yes, he's very technical in and around the box, and he has scored some very good goals this season. You know, the one in the Premier League I always go back to is the Bournemouth game. You know, split second type thing. But I still fully back Nicholas Jackson because I believe that he is going to be Chelsea's number 9. I honestly think he'll get in the score sheet in this game and the next. I feel like he will get that 10 Premier League goals before the end of the year, which would be an amazing achievement for Nicholas Jackson because he got 14 non-Premier League goals in the entirety of last season and was extremely wasteful. And we're already seeing this season that he's not as wasteful. So, yeah, that is my predicted Chelsea 11 to face Fulham. I feel it's a very strong 11. I feel like we can definitely get the 3 points.
So that's my predicted Chelsea 11 to face Fulham this Boxing Day, and I honestly believe that we can bounce back and secure 3 more points. But do you agree with my lineup or do you disagree? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. I love having a conversation with you guys. And if you have made it this far to the end of the video, there'll be a thumbnail that pops up on the screen. So if you are a Chelsea fan who enjoys Chelsea content, make sure you click that thumbnail because you'll enjoy that video too.